Hey, trusted mom friend, Ashley! Hey guys, Ashley, Choose Intentionally. I got a question about reading, which I thought is great because that's what we're talking about at our house this week, and I thought I would answer it. A Portland Rom writes, hey Ashley, hey, I want my kids to love reading and they just don't. How can I use CI, that's code for Choose Intentionally, to help promote reading? Great question, Portland Mom. I could probably take every single card in my system and find a way to use it to promote reading, but I have restrained myself and chosen 6. Is that a lot? We'll see. All right. So the first one that I would use is I choose to make good choices because on the back, it actually says as one of the actions, read a book. And when I use this card and we are promoting reading, I say, hey, reading is a great choice. Thank you. Another one that I would use is ask for space. Also on the back of this card, it says, make time to read a book. That's a great way to make space. Nobody really wants to interrupt you when you're reading, or they shouldn't, and that's a good way to make space by reading a book. Another one I might use is, I choose to be present today. On the back, it says, let's sit here and do things together. So you could say, hey, let's come over here and be present together and read a book. Another one, I choose to be confident today. If your child is not reading because they're struggling in some way, this would be a good card to help promote taking a big task, like a big book, and breaking it up into smaller pieces, maybe 1 page at a time. And on the back also here under Coach It, it says you can do hard things. So there's a reminder here to coach your child, like this might be hard and we can do this and I'm here with you and we can do this as a team. Another card would be, I choose to challenge myself today. This would be good if your child is struggling with reading or is reluctant to read and they can read. On the back it says, where is it? Try something new today, and maybe that's reading a whole book in 1 day, or trying to read a new chapter book, or trying to read for 20 minutes, trying to read to a friend. I mean, you could use challenge to talk about reading in a variety of ways. And then the last one that I would use for this is I choose to listen. And you could use this card to say, hey, let's go listen to a book, or you can listen to me read, or we can listen to an audiobook. And now I'm going to give you some specific ways. Okay, I've broken it down into older and younger. For younger kids, reading can be more fun if it's social. I have here an idea for a book club. My 11-year-old, when she was 9, got a group of 4 or 5 girls, and they chose a book, and they all read it, and then they met up and had a party. That worked for 2 books, and then they kind of lost interest. You could try that. You could also try FaceTiming. I know that our family during quarantine, my youngest would call her grandmothers and FaceTime read to them, and that made reading fun. You could try that. Makeup videos. I know my sister's daughter loves to make videos, and I bet your daughters might want to try this too. They could video themselves reading and then send it to somebody, or video themselves reading and then turn it into like a movie trailer or something like that. That might spark some fun associated with reading. You could have them read to animals, to real animals or stuffed animals. You could have a break and listen to books on tape. There's tons of really great audiobooks out there. It's still reading. You could create a reading nook somewhere in your house. It could be a blanket on the floor. It could be a blanket in the bathtub. Anywhere that is fun and new for reading could spark a new interest in reading. Read to them. I read a quote that said, readers are built on the laps of their parents. So the more you read to your child, the more they will engage in reading, I promise. Okay, older kids, go somewhere with your reluctant reader. How fun would it be to take your reader and you both take a book and go to a coffee shop where you're going to an event and the whole event is to go read, and you could stay for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but that would be fun. Or you could go to the park and read. But leaving the house to go with you is already awesome, and then leaving the house to go with you to do reading is, a double bonus. Magazines. My son, who's 13, has a subscription to Game Informer. Anyway, it's a magazine about video games, and he loves to read that. And my girls have Girls World, and they love to read about, hi, Hi, I'm making a video. They could read about dogs in a dog magazine. But magazines are another way to keep your reader engaged, and it doesn't sometimes feel like a chore if it's reading. Read what they're reading. If your daughter or son is reading, Captain Underpants, they would love it if you also read Captain Underpants with them. You could find a series that they like. Harry Potter series has, 8 books? Hunger Games. There's some really great books that if they get hooked on the first one, chances are maybe they'll want to read the second one and the third one and the fourth one. You could do a movie match. We do this a lot, where you read the book and then you watch the movie that goes along with the book. We did that with Harry Potter. We, read the book and then we watched the movies. Read the book, watched the movies, and that was a really fun family event. And then my last one for older kids is also read to them. Older kids like being read to too. They love that time, that connection. They never grow out of that. So try some of these strategies. I'll take a picture of this and pop it at the end of the video, and let me know what works. And if anybody else has any ideas on how to get reluctant readers to read, send them to me and I will share them with the world. That was a great question. Thanks, Portland Mom. If anybody else has a question about Choose Intentionally and how to use cards, DM me at Instagram at Choose Intentionally, and I will get it up here on my new and improved high-tech whiteboard. And I'll get right back at you. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.